I've changed my relationship with the word productive this year. I don't actually give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want. And when I'm depressed, I usually just let myself like really feel those episodes. Not saying that I can afford feeling those depressive episodes because the money be tight. We're a lower middle class influencer. But, you know, I'm living, I'm here. I'm not like, you know, broke. I'm making shit happen, but very slowly. Like I could really be on some boss bitch energy vibes, whatever you wanna call it, if I gave a fuck. But depression does not allow you to do that.
Hey guys, Savage Recovery back for another video. How are my savages doing? If you guys aren't subscribed, do me a favor. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, get all my notifications. Hit a like, comment, share, help me out with the algorithm. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can find me at savage_red_studios, where you can see all of my photography. And also I have a Facebook page and a Twitter. And you guys can check me out on Patreon. You guys can also check me out on the Cash App. Let's get into it.
I'm going through some mental health struggles, as you guys can tell by the title, and I just want to be a little bit more open about it because I feel like antidepressants and just mental health in a lot of ways can be very stigmatized. And
okay, so this girl is super woke and she's made videos about whiteness and racism and stuff like that. So it's weird to see her on here talking about mental health issues because the stereotype is that black folks don't have mental health issues. That's a white people problem. So I'm perplexed.
I've been trying to make sure that I am on my A game when it comes to my mental health. I started antidepressants about a month ago.
So the main reason that women are having problems with life these days and need antidepressants is because they're not serving their purpose. They're fighting against their nature. This feminism thing of being independent and not needing a man and being a boss bitch and all this other stuff is really hard on women, and women have trouble dealing with reality. Living in reality is what you have to deal with, and also like people that have problems with anxiety is a problem of fear of the unknown. So not being able to deal with reality and living in a delusion is going to cause problems. I'm not saying that she's having this problem, but specifically you're not doing something and not feeling fulfilled, and that would cause depression. And a lot of women are having this problem and they're resorting to antidepressants and drinking.
I'm gonna get into why I started them a little bit later, but I've been on Zoloft for about 5 weeks now. The 6-week mark hasn't hit yet, but I will be going back to my doctor to just see how things are going. For the most part, I feel like they're going pretty well for me. I wake up now and like, even though I have problems, like they don't hold the same way that they used to for me, which is just really nice because I feel like a lot of my depression stems from my childhood and my past. I even have some anxiety about the future, and they kind of just work together to make my life shitty. I was really reluctant to take antidepressants, and I really wanted it to be like my last step just because of like how bad meds are stigmatized.
Well, unfortunately, even if meds are stigmatized or not, the fact of the matter is people don't need to know that you're on meds. Worrying about what other people think or what other people do or perceive you to be is an issue. It's not your business to know what other people think of you. So if you're putting more of an issue on what people think of you or a stigma that's on you, then you're not really worried about your issue, and you're not working through it. And like I said prior to this, anxiety and the fear of the unknown. Everyone has to wake up with problems, and everyone has to deal with these problems. The people that rise to the top are the people that have problems and they overcome them. Or the point of being people having courage is being afraid but still having the ability to push through it.
First out on the antidepressants, a part of myself just felt very weak because I wasn't able to overcome a situation by myself for the first time in a really long time that I felt like I could control. I just want to make it very clear that you are not weak for being on antidepressants. You're not weak for needing medication. It's literally the same as needing medication for a physical problem, and I just feel like we need to switch how we talk about meds and stuff like that. I mean, even some friends of mine were kind of skeptical about it, but I went on ahead and did them anyways.
And again, this goes back to the feminist idea that you can do anything as a woman. You can be everything. You don't need nobody. It's just not the case. Everyone needs somebody. But this ideology is actually affecting young women, and it's making them miserable. There have been studies that have been done since the 60s. Women are becoming more and more unhappy every year. It's just a fact.
Motivation, because as y'all can tell, I haven't been doing shit. I've been sitting on my ass, but that's not how the bills get paid. So yeah, I'm here working for capitalism once again, and I was like, but not really. But I really do it.
So this goes back to the ideology of Marxism and feminism, which is the same thing, that she makes a comment about capitalism. Capitalism has lifted more people out of poverty than any other sort of economy. Capitalism just means that you own your labor and can own private property. But this is how brainwashed these people are. Women, Marxists, most people think that socialism is the answer and that capitalism is evil. And this goes back to feminism. She's way deep in the Kool-Aid.
Enjoy YouTube, and I realized that my passion for social media and YouTube was kind of like dwindling away. But I feel like the main reason for that was my depression, because depression, if you don't know, can make you feel like nothing matters, like there's no point in living. And yeah, like even your passions that you may have once really loved, they just become like meaningless. In my depression, I really would classify it as, you know, episodes. It's not like an everyday thing all the time, but when it does happen, it usually occurs for like a week or two. And that's usually why you may not see content from me, because life in itself can just be super overwhelming, where I can't even get off the couch. I can't, you know, brush my teeth or take a shower, just like really nasty things. But that's what depression does to you. And it's just hard to take care of yourself. And I guess where I'm getting with that is that back in September, the very last week, trigger warning, suicide, oh, my nose is running. But I was actually feeling super suicidal, and I was really just thinking about, like, you know, what's the point in life? I consider myself to be an existentialist, so I'm always questioning life and the purpose of it and what we're doing. And I think especially living in America.
It has nothing to do with living in America. It has to do with you being lost. That's exactly what you just explained, is that you were not feeling fulfilled with things that you were doing. And unfortunately for you, you're lost in fighting your nature, and you can't deal with reality. Living in reality is rough. That's how life is. Like, we live in a very good time. We have more than anyone. We have more access to things than people that were kings in the 1800s had. You have entertainment in your hand. Yet poor people have air conditioning. We have overweight people that are poor in America. Like, we are truly blessed to live in America. And whenever society becomes comfortable, we start looking for problems. That's part of what a human's nature is, and you're falling into that.
I deserve a cheat code for all the trauma that I've been put through. That's not my fault. I don't feel
no one deserves anything. You don't deserve a cheat code for all the trauma you've been through. Everyone's been put through trauma, and you also have to take accountability for your role in everything, because we all play a role in every single thing that happens to us or that we do. We all play a role. So, like, everyone has trauma. Everyone has stuff that happens to them. Like, I got fucked with when I was a kid by a man that was way older than me. But him doing that has nothing to do with me. Like, he did what he did, and then I got over it. Like, everyone has bad stuff that happens to them. That's what life is about. You just have to keep going on. And it feels like you're not taking accountability of your life. And that's what you need to do. Taking accountability of your actions and your life will help make you fulfilled in the long run.
I feel like going to the gym to work this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like eating salads to work this shit off. Like, I'm tired. I've exhausted many options.
So in the last clip, you said that you deserved an easy cheat code, and then here you're saying that you don't want to work for something. So that's just laziness. Like, we don't deserve.
I've been to therapy. I've been to a psychologist. You know, I tried the exercise thing. Not really my way of life. I got an emotional support dog. She has anxiety. And I moved halfway across the country, and we're still depressed. So I was like, you know what, Kai? Maybe you should just do the meds. And they're free through my health insurance. Because I would really prefer a therapist, but it's America. Healthcare is not free. So
because your depression is an issue with you, it's not an issue that's outside of you. So taking yourself to other places isn't going to change it. You're bringing yourself with you. Getting on a support dog, like, you're not feeling fulfilled. There's work that you need to be doing. And to throw it into, oh, well, you know, we live in America, so healthcare is not free. Healthcare is not free in any country. Someone has to pay for it, and they pay for it through higher taxes. So, again, nothing's free in this world. You have to work for something. Like, the sense of entitlement in people these days is just appalling.
Those two together, but it's working up until this point. These few weeks that I've been MIA, absent from social media, a bitch has just been going through the same day, but like over and over and over again. Like,
women can't deal with monotony, and that's what life is. Life isn't always going to be exciting. Life is the same day, eating the same thing, being in the same place, going to the same job. Not many people have the ability just to pick up and do something different every day. Life is monotony. That's what it is until you die.
I've changed my relationship with the word productive this year. I don't actually give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want. And when I'm depressed, I usually just let myself like really feel those episodes. Not saying that I can afford feeling those depressive episodes because the money be tight. We're a lower middle class influencer. But, you know, I'm living, I'm here. I'm not like, you know, broke. I'm making shit happen, but very slowly. Like, I could really be on some boss bitch energy vibes, whatever you want to call it, if I gave a fuck. But depression does not allow you to do that.
And there it goes back to the boss bitch idea. Feminism is straight cancer. And again, it's building these women up into be delusional, and in reality, that's not reality. And they're having trouble coping with this reality, like I said. And on top of that, not being grateful is clearly in that clip that she just said. And not being grateful also has a negative effect on your life. And the best part is she changed the word productive, because people change words when the word doesn't fit them or doesn't. Words have meaning. When you start changing words to fit you in a new definition, you're just being lazy and giving up. That's being defeated. I'm going to change what the word productive means to mean something else because I'm not being productive. That right there is just being defeated. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments, guys. Like, I honestly think that feminism is wrecking this girl's life, and wokeness is also affecting this girl, and those things together are just making people miserable. Let me know what you guys think, if I'm right, if I'm wrong. As always, stay savage.